Hey guys, it's Jess with Soulby Home. This week I have a decoupage project. This base was from a thrift store and I just sanded it down a little bit and added a base color. And I jumped right into it, added a layer of Mod Podge. I was sure just to cover the whole piece, even though I was using a cutout piece of tissue paper just because my placement could vary. And this step didn't take place until the Mod Podge was completely dry. Then I go back and add my tissue paper and I iron it on with parchment paper protecting it. And this works because the heat from the iron reactivates the Mod Podge that had dried. Here are the 3 paints that I'm going to use for the background. A puppy break, that's my buddy Colt. He is always near when I'm painting, even if you're not seeing him on camera, he is right there. Colt has some serious FOMO. So I get these papers in a set of 3. I've done this particular paper with a nightstand and I did this color combo and I absolutely loved it. It works really well. So I'm going to do it again on this mixed media. And this is the same as the base color. It's called Elegance and it dries a little bit darker, which you can really tell right here, but I'm going to work in smaller sections because I want my paint to still be wet for this blend. Now I'm going over the base color with a new brush that has Ancient Ember and then another brush that's clean that has crinoline on it. Then you take another clean brush and simply you're stippling to blend and it kind of gives it a little bit of a cloudy effect. Stippling is just basically dabbing your paintbrush. This is a technique that you can really play around with and use different colors that work well together. It's just basically something that you can experiment with on boards or little projects of your own. If it was a little too dark, I just added a little more of my blue-gray base color. Now I'm going to go ahead and seal my piece again with another layer of Mod Podge. And after this step, I don't touch it again for a minimum of 12 hours. Once it's completely dried and my 12 hours has gone past, sometimes even longer, I'm going to take another piece of parchment and go ahead and iron out the wrinkles that happened from reactivating some of the Mod Podge. Now I'm just going to fill in a little bit of gaps here. I fixed her hat and the table piece that was missing from the edge of the paper. And I am by no means a professional painter. I'm a professional furniture flipper, but this is still newer for me, but I'm learning. Taking the colors that you're using that you've created and adding it back into the existing tissue paper design is going to really help blend your colors and make it look like it was meant to be there. Now I'm going to take some stencils for the border and spray them outside with some spray adhesive. And I am using one of my fridge stash paints that has been in there for quite a while, but guess what? It still works. This is a mixture of a gold metallic paint with a texture powder. And when I'm done with it, I just put it back in a Ziploc baggie and stick it in the fridge. And if it gets too thick, one day I will toss it, but so far it's still been usable. And I am just going around the border, adding a little bit with a stencil brush and kind of rolling it around the stencil. I'm using the smaller stencil to fill in some gaps. The textured mediums really kind of help hide the line from the tissue papers when you're doing a project like this. And here she is. I've been calling her Little Deb because somebody told me she looks like Little Debbie all grown up. But I think Little Deb is still looking good. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and are inspired to make a mixed media of your own. Don't forget to always check the wall art section at the thrift store. You never know what you'll find. It might be ugly, but it could be the perfect base for your next project.